Okay, what can I say? Uh, my first comment will be, could I have ever lived happy to enjoy something longer than 20 minutes? Could I ever live 12 hours to enjoy something nice? Um, I'm very sad. Yesterday I was very happy. I spoke with my daughter, one of them. It was very difficult to hear that they are they are suffering, that my youngest daughter tried to commit suicide. I recently discovered some of her art and her page. I was in this abusive relationship with this man. I don't know how to describe it. I ended up becoming so codependent and so attached to him until one day Facebook came into my life and I had the courage to leave. It was eating me as a human being. And going back to my conversation with my daughter, I was so happy just to know that after we had some sort of contact, she blocked me again. I have learned at my age that one has to stand up for themselves, that you can lose a war, but you can win battles, that some people that really loves you and they're truly sad for their behavior like mine, they should be given a chance. Other people, they don't need a chance. And when somebody provoked me, I have learned to stand up for myself and to be so true to me. She wrote me a beautiful email. I was not expecting it. I slept. At first, I was trying to go to bed and then something kept me up. And then I discovered that she's gone. I'm black. I love her so much. She's so beautiful, so talented, but my children are drowning and the thing is the same. It's just like when I was a child, I used to blame my decisions, my depression on my dad, and he's another person. I forgive him because what do I gain? We're all humans. Some people act differently, some people do worse than others, and without knowing, sometimes we do evil things. Now, the ones that do this stuff, evil for real, they're not punished. My ex, he beat me up, pregnant, non-pregnant, cheated on me, never spent time with me. I was so naive. I was afraid of him. He was older than me. And now he's with three beautiful children that are suffering and depressed. We all ended up probably mentally ill because of him. And he sits on his little throne of 120,000 or more a year, left me without even my private things from my past before I met him, and even the things that I bought while I was working. And then I question if I'm in United States or if this is somewhere in Middle East where they say that America has so many rights. No. I don't know what to think. I want to save them. I want to forgive me, but no. Uh, it's almost like people want me to do something to myself to hurt me. And I did try to do that like maybe 6 weeks ago, and it didn't work. For better or for worse. Again, I was just trying to escape. I was too brave, too crazy. Mental illness. You know, there's people who really have a way to turn everything around and make the other one look bad. I have been all my life a child. And like a child, they want many things. But these men, that instead of having provide a better life for my children in total depression, that none of them now want to talk to me and they are blaming all on me. And you know, I see parental alienation and I don't see the government care. I mean, what the hell do the government care? Let's face it. If I was black, probably I would have been helped. If I was a Democrat, probably I would have been helped. But I'm in between the system. I love these children and I cannot stop thinking about them. I have changed my life. I'm not that person anymore. I'm stronger, maybe a little bit too tough sometimes. But that's what happens when you being tossed around like a basketball or a baseball. I don't know what to think. I want to help them, cannot reach them. I'm trying to get myself settled in the United States. I feel like a total alien in my own country. I lived in Europe now for so long that I'm totally in another zone. It hurts me to hear that my little one tried to kill herself. I have some, how you say, warnings or message from heaven. I remember when I was at the Vatican, a bird just kind of, out of the blue, my first in the Vatican, just fly right in front of me, kamikaze style. When I was in Venezia and Lido, I remember hanging some clothes to dry in this little indoor balcony on my bedroom, and some bird can make like a straight left and fall down on my feet. I also remember a blackbird. Then I also remember that I was walking away from grabbing something from this old wooden closet, and it followed me, and I was inside of the closet. I said, what the hell? I ended up in the closet like a coffin. And how in the world they're having these problems? When they were with me, they didn't have these problems. They come to America, and I'm the most horrible thing. Everything, I mean, they cannot just snap out of it. They're in America, they should be happy, right? But now, after looking at my ex, he's the one that looks like a person from a mental hospital. That bastard. I do not know what to think. It breaks my heart so much. That they don't let me in. They feel the need for me to repeat after them. To be stuck on that. It's almost like they're trying to pin me up to say what they're asking me to say. I disagree. And the man who's the one that have hurt us and destroyed our life, he is enjoying his work, has a great time hacking me and using my children's accounts before the divorce. to see what I'm doing, but still obviously haven't seen the side that his daughter is running. I'm very shocked how the court, or in this situation, they didn't check on his abuse. Nothing about him was ever discussed. He had plenty of time to do anything, and the word brainwash is not allowed. Alienation was never mentioned. I don't believe in United States of America, at least. I just read on the papers a long time ago about this man who murdered his wife and 3 children. That sounds to me like the man who had mental illness and actually had been beating up his wife long before the family find out. Let's not talk about that. Because if a woman get beat up, she still to this day, 2018, deserve it. And most men or women have turned into their own same-sex marriages because they're tired of the abuse of their opposite sex. But you know what? They have heard stories on the same sex, they do the same thing. And judging, not forgiving, not giving a chance. They gave a chance to their father that ruined my life and their life. That when I was down and depressed, it was more about his reputation at work or his retirement. That was okay. Today, there's no values. There's no values. I was discussing with somebody very close to me about art and how to get exposure to art. So what do? Okay, they use their vagina, they have used their penises, they use anything. So, like I said to this person, eventually eating another human being will be acceptable as art, because in South America there was an exhibition where they have terminally patients on their dying beds and people just walking by to look at them. That is not art. That is not art. That is people dying. My friend committed suicide probably 2 weeks ago or so, 3 weeks, I don't remember. I think of her sometimes, I think of her voice, and I can only wonder how her boyfriend is dealing with this. She wanted a chance in her life. That's what she wanted, to love and be loved. She had problems with immigration in another country, and there, the problem, oh my God, paperwork. But then, if a woman, a middle-aged woman, is trying to fight to be happy and go across the world for love and is fighting very hard, doesn't who cares? She killed herself because these people in the airport in UK didn't give a damn about her life. Let's put attention on the political level. There's people endangering their children to enter America with tear gas, and maybe they could be flying bullets any minute. Somebody can just provoke, right? And that's national news. I'm sorry. If I'm going to cross a border, I would do it without my children, because why would I want to use them as a fucking human shield? I'm sorry to use the word because everybody uses it all the time. But if you are a person asking for help, you drown on this stupid YouTube. Nobody cares to listen to you. It's not important. You have to be as outrageously decomposed mentally, emotionally, and physically to get attention. Unfortunately, that's what sells. I have a few friends, performers in Berlin, and I like them very much. They're very good people, huh? But what are they promoting? As human beings, they're fantastic. Their audience are pigs. That they have this pleasure and probably sexually pleasure out of seeing them hurting themselves with needles or masturbate in an artistic way in front of them and even hurt themselves in a very perverted, sick way, inciting, I believe, even cannibalism. So today you can be very perverted, but there's no excuse and there's no respect and there's no forgiveness for anybody like me that have been abused by my ex, that I survived, that I'm persevering, that I try still to be alive every day, that I pray and I hold myself to my rosary and I pray to Virgin Fatima. No, I'm the old-fashioned one. I should be shot, I guess. Then there's no tolerance. But then one has to put up with idiots all the time and be part of the idiot clown and stupidity. And then it's cool to be a person. I'm crying inside as I'm talking to you. I want to have my daughter here. I want to talk to them. I want to make a dinner with my men and celebrate Christmas by the tree and talk to them. One of them is probably on the edge of drinking, and the other one too. Let's talk about this. I said, forgive me. I'm sorry. I fucked up. And I'm trying to get out of this. But the person that destroys us all enjoy your company and your forgiveness and your understanding, and this is the butcher of our hearts. Nobody care to ask what happened, why this and that. No, it's just judging. And I dare to point a finger to that man because he was my butcher. He was the man with the guillotine. He was my jailer. He was everything in my life. He was nothing good to me. And today, when I saw that she blocked me, I said, Jesus, it's like only a few weeks before Christmas, and I cannot even enjoy the pleasure to have my beautiful daughter to at least kind of slowly moving in close to each other and talk. No, it's just like let her provoke her and see she kills herself. So I wish with all my heart, and I have no problem, and I'm a Catholic, that man killed himself, my ex. Because he has forgotten whatever he did wrong to me and what he has caused to this, the stress, the anguish, the lies that he created. His bullshit, his power, his control, and not realize that his neglect, his abuse, his lack of love, actually, to me as a young wife, did to me. It drove me to nearly madness, and then when I left Europe, it drove me to be a little bit promiscuous and yes, having relationships with men. But in America, that's okay. You can go around flirting around and mess around, and it's totally acceptable. I mean, I don't understand. It's so cool to be an asshole here today. But if you're a victim of domestic abuse and you have suffered where you cry with blood, nobody cares. Nobody cares. I often wonder what my friend that committed suicide, if she could talk to me and tell me, how does it feel to be dead? I feel dead. But when I think about that, my daughter tried to do this and I was not informed, I get angry at this man. It's not even worth it dropping him a line. Just a couple of days we were driving around Miami and they have this car with this guy with a Lamborghini and they look like gangsters. I don't know which country. They're gangsters. And they were with big, thick, this much money going like this out of the car, the Lamborghini. And I opened the window because I say, this is not possible. And I told him, is that real? And the guy went like, oh, like, of course, dear. I should have asked him for that to give it to me to save my family. If he didn't, come on, I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know how to reach their heart. I don't know what to do. I don't, you know, I don't know. I love them. I miss them. They should be with me for Christmas. Yes, they're right in a lot of stuff. I should have let them be more independent and not be so mama chicken. And I drove them crazy with demands and bullshit. And God only knows, sometimes I don't even remember what I did because I'm so caught up many times into my arguments with my ex and my situation that I didn't really put attention what was happening. I am sorry for that. Most of my life, I guess I have been thinking more with my vagina than with my brain. Yes, that's true. I have to say the way it is. And I feel I'm not only alienated from my children, but I feel totally alienated from this nation. That I don't understand what's happening here. I don't. I go now. It's very cold here in Florida. I feel very cold inside. And I often wonder every day what's going to happen to me. It's almost like I was waiting for something. That feeling that you're waiting for something, but you don't know quite what you're waiting for. It's scary. I don't want her to do that. I don't want her to hurt herself. She's so beautiful. She's so intelligent, so talented, so knowledgeable. Hallucinations, um, memories, bad memories. We all have bad memories. I have bad memories of their father every day of my life. Sometimes I still to this day dream that he's gonna hit me. And I mean, like, what? I have to get going. Why? Why is it so much easier to just be down into this thing that they will not get up? This antidepressant crap that is obviously not helping them. And I've seen their psychologist. It looks like a moron. I will not even ask her for directions to go around the street. Sorry. That's the way it was like, huh? No. If they want to get some counseling, they need a tough cookie. A woman that the moment they see her, they see a winner, not somebody who's probably in a mental health care too. That's not the person who's gonna help them. They need to move on. If I would have not move on in my life, and when I went to my divorce trial, if I would have been the person feeling sorry for myself, I would have probably jumped at the witness stand and strangled that bastard or start screaming and crying. I didn't do that. I look at him straight in the eye and I analyze him from head to toe and I say, oh my God, what a stupid man I was married to. In disbelief during the whole trial that I believe that we had anything. That he was just throwing me things, money, just, I don't know for what reason. It was not love, it was control. And now, what I'm trying to rebuild my life and try to gain some control on my life, I try very hard to keep my spirit. I pray. If only, God, if only talking here would do any good. Why do I talk on YouTube? Because I don't have anybody to talk to. Of course, I meet people, and there might be people who might, yeah, okay, but does it matter? No, maybe at least if you click play, it's because you say, okay, what is she saying? And if you follow through the whole video, you might realize that you have something in common with me, or you might just stop and delete the video because, oh my God, what a waste of time listening to me talking. Well, at least I tried to look good today. Okay, so I go now. That's another thing. I don't look good for the video. This is me every day. Because if you don't look good and you look at the mirror and you don't take care of yourself, you're going to get more depressed. This is something that was my mistake when I was with my ex. I was so sad and I was so depressed and I feel so neglected. I feel ugly every day. I gain weight. Now I'm in exercise in nearly 2 weeks because I'm very down, thinking about this crap. I don't know what to think anymore. I just want to say to her, I love you, my little one. I have felt like I want to die myself every day. I have nightmares all the way from my father to my mother and school, and even people that antagonize me and have bullied me. Some people, they are just evil. Other people are just probably reacting in a way that they don't comprehend in my case because they were probably also down, depressed, afraid. They live on that fear and control. And when they realize that, they have lost the whole world. So I also live in fear and sadness every time I think that you're not around me. I get hallucinations too. I hear your voice. I feel you around. I think of you and I pray of you, all of you, every day. And I said, damn it, how unjust is that they cannot forgive me and understand that I was just a victim and that they became my victims unintentionally of all this tragedy to be with somebody who was violent to me. And that when somebody's violent to you, sometimes you react out of the anger that you have inside because nobody's protecting you. We are all victims of that person. Yet, he will be the person that you will say Merry Christmas. I have seen your website. You're very artistic. I just don't understand all these dead things. That's them. You are you. You're full of life and art. You are you. Don't think that because me or anybody else that you have to carry that like a cloud. Like if you had a lasso around a dark cloud your life the whole time. There's good days and there are bad days. And some days are real shit. And sometimes people make you feel like shit and you love them. I have been like that all my life. Right now, I feel all of you are treating me like shit. And I have my own little cloud in a lasso, holding it, thinking when and how far are you guys going to take this? Playing with my emotions and not understanding that I could also hurt myself for this crap. And that my life, regardless, if you don't believe it or not, has some value. And my intentions are good. But this, that there's no opening, and the alienation of somebody who really is taking advantage of the situation just to create out of something that is already bad, making it worse, to gain some pleasure and advantage of a broken family that is really sick and evil. That's the direction. Throw the fucking pills on the toilet. Go to church. or the man or not the doctor. Do you want to live like this? No, you don't. You are full of life and you don't deserve that life. Finish your school with good grades. Move and do and love whoever you want. But this crap of telling you that you have this disorder and that you're totally traumatic and this and that, I mean, what the hell? And then that you are there. And this is the result. And it's my fault. You live with him for 3 years and it's my fault that he took you away from me. I'll tell you one thing. Maybe you don't want to hear it, maybe you don't know. But I live with that man, and I was suicidal, and I had panic attacks. And whenever I went down to the floor to breathe, he didn't want me to make noise and nobody to hear that I was feeling like that. He would bring me a little bag to breathe in, and that he was there. I mean, I cannot even get angry at him. I just feel like he's such a loser. The only thing I hate about it is that he has money and I don't. He doesn't deserve it. Just to think at the beginning of his career, there were people trying to fire him. He's a freaking psychopath. And not to mention his mother. 2 sisters that were heavy on drugs. One get the kids pulled out because of drug and alcohol. The other one the same. I mean, they're all fucked up. And now playing Mr. All-American Good Man Boy. Oh God, give me a break. It's ridiculous. Sick, actually. I stop now. Wait, how do you do this?